to develop your personality or to grow in your career. So here we are, and I would like to invite today's speaker, and I have known him close to 2 years. One day I was doing a session for Dubai Jobs Hunt in one of the meetups, and I saw him sitting in in the audience, and I didn't know that this gentleman is creating a phenomenal book called A Smart Career Planner. We exchanged our names, our business cards, and he said he would like to volunteer to share some knowledge that will help job seekers. And I nodded my head, little that I knew that today we will be inviting him to share his wealth of knowledge. There's a lot that I would want to share about today's speaker. He is a technologist, he's a keynote speaker, a career coach, and he loves innovation, strategy development, and personal development. One of the things that stands out about him is he believes in helping others, and while you help others to achieve their dreams, you will achieve yours. He's got his own mission and vision for his life. He's based in Dubai, and he's been an IT architect at NYU Abu Dhabi. And with over 20 years of experience, he has worked in domains such as consulting, in industries of consulting, oil and gas, retail, real estate, insurance, and education. Now, he is with us to help how we can plan our career smartly. As a fresher, as somebody in mid career crisis, someone who thinks, what do I do next? I have 20 years of experience, but I don't want to be employed anymore, but I want to transit. I want to have my own business or a startup. And here he is to help us, guide us to plan our careers ahead. So, without much ado, I thank today's speaker, Mr. Rajid, to take over and help us to build a smart career plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Avil. It's a virtual shake hand to hand over the stage. So, good evening, everyone. So, I just want to share my screen. Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope you see my screen, right?
Yes, we do.
Perfectly, loud and clear. There is a couple of interaction I'll ask with the audience, so you can message back to the message screen, so Avil can coordinate and get it to respond back to me. Yeah, uh, it's an interesting topic called smart career plan. So, what's about a career plan? It's a career plan. Why it must be smart? So you remember the old days we used to say the survival of the fittest. The terminology going to change. Survival of the smartest. A small change comes because the pandemic was change who were smartly survived, they are survived for a long. So all of the story, it is changed to transform to the smart career plan. So that's the way I created this planner. Why the career plan is more important to everyone? Why that is a key element of a career of anyone who are in a working class professional or who are in business? The only 3% of professional who do a clear career plan. It is actually come from HBR, Harvard Business Review in 2018. The moment I got a message from one of my friends, he say, okay, then I want to be helping the 97%. I don't know whether I reach, but I reach at least 1% of working class professional. That's my target. And a job, it not an end. Getting a job is not an end. Nowadays, the old, no, it's the right way to say old days, we have a 25 years of in a same company, same title they were used to work in the old days. Till 2000, there is a journey. Now the journey in the new era, 21st century, nobody can say a company for a long unless the as a government organization, but nobody can stay in a position for a long. A typist can be remain as a typist. A driver can remain as a driver. That's a traditional way. But nobody want to stay and survive in the same title for a long. So you have to grow. There is something called career pyramid. You start and you reach in a pyramid level. It's a very unique pyramid, but it's a very rarely people reach on top of the pyramid. The pyramid is actually a very curved, very sharp, but you can smartly elevate your role, your style, or your growth in the pyramid. You can start as a back office or basic junior employee, then reach in a certain time, you're a specialist, then move to a senior specialist, then become an expert. Then that is a professional career. If it's in a management or traditional role, you go to first lane team leader, lane management, middle management, then the pyramid reaches to a top corner as a one business owner or the top management. A lot of people ask, what is in for me? So you plan it, you know it where you want to reach. If you know you where you want to go, you know how to reach it. So the career plan, we talk about the reaching that goal. So many people ask, how you know you're planning? So I want to talk about a small my journey. I want to talk about starting my journey in 2000 and 2011 is January, 2001 in January. I was actually a lot of offer in a different portfolios, but I went and my plan a study with a technology background, a technology focus, become an engineer, then consultant, then coordinator, then team lead, then become a solution expert. But in 2011, my entire thing and perspective of view, everything was changed. One of my mentors say that you are not focusing where you want to reach, and you should have your focus goal, you should have your focus plan. Then from there, okay, I want to go in expert. Then after expert, what? Then I want to go to next level. Then I reached the current level as a solution architect, lead solution architect for New York University, Abu Dhabi. Then what next? So once I reach that level, so again I set for my 10-year plan. This is I have a plan. I'm exposing my plan to everyone. So I want to be a lead architect, then I want to be an assistant director or director level, then a direct level, then CAO or CTO level, then become a CEO. Definitely, the place is not defined, but my role is defined. So I know what I want to do, but I know where I want to go, then I need to plan and get it done. To do this plan, you have to move from your zone as a comfort zone. So when you move out from comfort zone, you always have a fear. Man, how can I achieve? I don't know what to do. I have no clue what to do. Then you say you started to learn. It's called learning zone. Once you reach the learning zone, you know where to go. You know what you need to be there. Then you started to become a growth zone area. The moment you reach in growth zone, you already fly your career. The only thing is the 3% of working class professional who do a clear career plan, they already moved on growth zone. So 97% people, you have a difficult to reach in a growth zone. They always a fear zone as a boundary for them. The boundary stop their thinking limitation, their mindset. Okay, let's talk about planning. You know where you have an idea, you have to set off a 5 principle to get in a planning. You have to know yourself first. Every planning process starts with knowing yourself. You remember you want to enjoy your holiday. You said, okay, I want to go to Turkey. I want to go to Switzerland. I want to go to somewhere. You set your destination. So You start this destination, you say, okay, let me check my pocket, whether I reach. Then you say your pocket have a difference. You know where to go, but you know the differences. You have a gap. So you work for a year to fill the gap, to achieve the goal. So maybe in the career planning, you know what is your lack of skills, you know what is you're limiting yourself, then you prepare and you get reach there. Once you know yourself, then explore your opportunities. Where are the opportunities available for you? Then focus your opportunities and then take an action. Then experience the evolution and evaluate with your set of people. So I'll get you in a simple formula to before you start to knowing yourself. You have to know yourself in a way. You say, everybody know Simon Sinek golden circle, right? So this is my golden circle. So purpose, why you want to elevate your career and how you going to do it and what was the result you want to create it. So my golden circle in a purple tab, you can see it. So I believe technology helps to deliver a better, more efficient business values. So as a technologist, so that is my beliefs. So I use that belief to delivering a value to my organizations. So when I know how I'm going to deliver, I create a practical approach and I do a repeatable result-oriented process. Then what result I create or what I do to create the result, I develop a strategic and scalable technology architecture. As a technologist, I do. So everyone who want to have a plan, career plan, you should have this golden circle fulfilled. If you don't know your why factor, it's difficult to convince people. If you know what you're going to do, what is your value system with the why factor, it's easy to convince people. Like what is a value factor? If you talk about organization, everybody have a value. Like a people, they already have a value in their side. You normally don't realize your values, but it is a value embedded in your passion. Once you know your value system, then do a small SWOT analysis. What you're good at. Find out your strength, find out your weakness, and get to know your opportunities and threats. In an interesting way. I'll give some secret. How you find out. Get the examples. What is your strength? In my strength, in a workplace, I'm a well-organized work person. I'm a visualizer. I'm an influencer. I know how to create things. I translate an idea to a visual format. So what is my weakness? So weakness comes in a way you don't know some skills, but you can work well with others to achieve, you cover your weakness. The 80% of weakness the people have, they can overcome with your strength. And 20% we can cover with your collaboration. So you don't know how to do it, you collaborate with someone who can do it, work well, so you can deliver a better value. So that's the way you manage your weakness. And opportunities in the market. You always, when you have plan, you always put your idea and thoughts, what is available in the market, what is a growth zone, what is happening in the market, what is Expo 2020, what is opportunities in pandemic. So pandemic is not only for the issues, troubles, losses. There are a lot of opportunities created. There are a lot of home delivery services created. A lot of work home technology was bringing. A lot of logistic business was started. So think about opportunities on any difficulties. So there is always saying finding opportunities in a problem who was actually do find a success easily. Then a threats in the market. The second part, the opportunity threats not belongs to you. We can't control. The only things you can control your weakness and strength. But you can't control, but you can cover with your whatever you can control. So think about the threats in the market and elevate and cover your threat. If you don't cover your threats with a strategical way, with a plan, you will not have a disappointment. So once you know your sort, I'm going to take you a sweet spot. At interesting area, there is a combination of things you do together. You can find out the best out of you. So there are certain people who are good in communication, but they're not good in sales. So they can become a consulting company. They can love what they do. They're convincing people, but they're not good in sales. So they can go for a pre-sales. So they're not fear about numbers, but they can speak and communicate and collaborate, create a business. So find out what your sweet spots, what is you are good at, what is your best at, and what market actually looking for. So you take this combination, find out your current and the best role. Once you know your sweet spot, create the best on you, then you create your ideal role with your career plan. So which industry you want to go, where you can explore yourself, which location you can be best fit for you, reaching to close to family, close to your tech learning, and which type of managerial type you want to work with. So when you are in the first 2 or 3 job, it's difficult to get your right manager. But when you grow up in career planning, you know which manager you want to work with. A management style called leadership management, visionary, pace setting, diplomatic, or aristocratic, or benevolent aristocratic. So benevolent management team, you can find out which one. And what salary you are looking for. What are other benefits you are looking for, and what are the retirement plan you plan for. Retirement not for current job. Retirement in the journey, you are in a 25, you don't need to look for retirement. You always have to look for a further role to growth plan. So what is your title looking for? What is the designation that means? So once you create an ideal role, there's always saying, you remember, Avil, the people used to say, if you want to win a Lamborghini, you don't talk to a Toyota drivers, because they don't have an experience different. When you know where you want to reach, find out your role career model. Somebody who are already in that role, get them, connect with them, understand the challenges they're facing, understand what they do. Someone who can mentor with you. So who can see you and a vision on you, and you can take it to the next level. So you have to elevate your circle of network or friends. If you talk to the people which you currently enrolled, you never know what is the benefit, what is the difficulties in the growth road. So you have to always find a career model, a mentor over there. Once you know your mentor, once you know your role, there is something called career choice. Now, here come to the best part. The career choice, when you fit, you know what you want to do, then your roadmap have a clear choices. In a current organization, you have a promotion or a role change, and a new organization, a promoter role or similar role or a better role change. Or you finally, if you don't want to get a job as an employee, you can look for an entrepreneurship, like a freelancing or a startup or a partnership. So partnership is a way you say you join with someone, join together and get a new company, or someone journey you joined as a working partner. So these are the career choice you have. Once you know where you want to go, so you have an options ready. Once you have a clear options, you put your targeted roadmap. A targeted roadmap will actually take you what is your current role, what is your target role, you know what is missing you, is what is a gap you have. So reaching your goal, there is always, you say you have to reach a manager role or a senior leadership role, but you have to know what is missing you to reach there. Either maybe skill, a mindset, or a target, or something which you are a communication and soft skill. Everybody have a gap. Otherwise, you already that role, you're already there. If you're not there, that means you're missing something. Maybe you have a missing network. You have everything. You're missing a network of people which you can elevate over there. So find out your development areas. Once you have development area, I want to take to a vision board. Vision board will set you when you want to reach there. So you know what to wear, you know how to go. Now you know where to, you put in a paper or a board. Okay, when you want to reach. So your vision and how to be clear. So if you know your vision clarity, you will not have disappointment with the people, a bad experience and negative lessons. They will never. So always, people always missing their vision. So I want to reach there. But today, when you want to reach, always a goal, when become goal, a dream with an expiry date become a goal. So how many people put an expiry date for a dream? You put an expiry date. So that become a goal you have to achieve. You have to be there. Then something or a strategy you have to build. Something called job search strategy. You need to have a toolkit. Then you prepare your one set of your strategy. Then you go for online for your job plan or offline. Online is a job boards and online search, social media. You find out. Then offline, it's a meetup like Jobs Hunt. There are a lot of meetup happen. Stick with them. They will also try to help to get a right people, right candidate network. Then traditional model, you go bank people, ask network, you go for a public events, networking with the people, influencers, then get a job. But all that's to do, you set have a 5 points out of ready, your strategy, your resume, your alert, your coaching, and your skill development. What is missing? And I want to take a next level. Who can help for your career move? And friends, family can help because they know, and your mentors and peers who can help. So who can tell, hey, Rajit, there is an opportunity I seen. You are the best person to meet. You go and meet that guy. You connect. And your professional network like LinkedIn, Jobs Hunt. So this the Dubai Jobs Hunt is one of the professional network I know, very well managed. So they can help to get a next career move. So moving that career, you want something. You need a growth ecosystem. You need to cater all these things with you, a very well-defined, well crystal clear, a resume and portfolios, and social media, a right social media presence, a personal brand, something about who was a best sales guy, you know, the name out to come, somebody's name out to come automatically. That the brand out to build. And you have to prepare your skills. You have to prepare your coaching and mentoring. That is one of the area which a lot of people don't understand. People are missing. The coaching is actually a professional service and mentoring is actually a community service. And you should have your professional network is ready for that. All these things done. Once your success required three things, a mindset, a skill set, and tool set. You, in a plan, you already have a mindset, that's where you create a plan. Your skill set is making you to achieve the energy and level to that. And tool set is a tools, ecosystem tools you use to achieve your goal. Once your success requirements, all three things, set your goals, make a plan, get it to work, stick to it, and reach the goal, celebrate it. Then, putting an expiry date is one of the most important facts for your dream to become a goal. Once you set a goal, put in a career plan, a smart plan. The Martin Luther King always say, there is a time always right to do what is right. So you start now, not tomorrow. So all this what I told, it's about a smart career planner. The career planner it's an end-to-end. It's not a all-in-one final solution. The planner is a tool for you, a tool set. But you should have your mindset ready. You should have your skill set ready to use the planner. The planner will help you to get a right skill set. Then the planner will help you to next level a career move. That's all. I believe I take a right time for you. So now question is ready. This is from me. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Rajit. This was brilliant, incredible, rocking information, I would say. Much beyond put together, probably 3-4 sessions that you have given the references and the information on the slides. I hope all the audience have taken the screenshot or uh, made a reference to what they're looking for. Okay.
I'll stop screen share now.
Yes, you could stop the screen share.
Yes.
I have few questions which were running through my mind when you were sharing the slides. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the interest of the audience, I will probably ask you few questions and I will then take the questions they might have posted in the chat box. Yeah.
Sure.
Um, when we were having a discussion, you said that you've been mentoring a lot of people
Yes.
beyond your full-time role.
Yeah.
And where does this passion come from? How did you develop that you are creating a tool for a tool which you gifted me? Okay,
Yeah.
and I believe this is one of the best things that I have received as a gift for everyone. I've got his first hand created book, Smart Career Planner, and I must tell you that this is beyond having MBA degree or any other degree. I'll tell you why. Because he has probably spent 2.5 years in putting all the dots together, the puzzles together, to create something that can help each and every individual, no matter somebody who is a graduate to someone who has 25, 30 years of work experience or a professional. So I would recommend everyone to probably have a deep dive and understand beyond these slides what he shared. He has these information in his book. So my question back again is, what made you create this planner? Where did this idea generate from?
Interesting way. The planner story comes from a very long, because I've been many career coaching. I've been through many career coaching. One of the best career from UK, US, India, Dubai, Qatar. So all the career coach give me a different assignment and consolidate for me, because I was specifically focused on certain areas to improve. So I work with the Mendes and careers together. But in 2016, I was actually trying to help one of my friend to reach to one goal. So I was started to give him in one piecemeals. Okay, you start one, you start two. Okay, did you finish this? Okay, what are you going to do? Then the idea is come. Oh, you done all these things with you. Why don't you put it all together as a planner so I can help? Because he was getting in every page you get every week, and he tried to figure out. Come back, then I give a next one. Because by the time I try to figure out, okay, he need now this area. Then from there I started, okay, think about it. By 2017, I think about, okay, why don't you put a planner? Then by it reached by 2018, April, I decided, okay, I'm going to start build. I want to get things done in a proper way. Then I started to build. Then I went for a more than 15 iterations with the plan. I built all together. Then I went to with my mentor, said, I want to build something. He said that, okay, for whom you building? I say, I'm building for IT guy. No, you can't. IT guy is not the one who you look for. You when you build something, you build for everyone. So most lazy guy to take your planner and get success. That's the way you have to build it. You don't build for a smart person, because smart person anyway he going to success. So when you put an add value, put a lazy person who have no idea, get the planner, start figuring out, get a success. So that's the way the planner was built. It covers every aspect of shaking his mindset. Shaking is thought process and get things done. So that's the way the planner story was started. Then I went iteration long time. Then I decided 2019 to publish, but it was when 2020 to publish.
Brilliant. The thing is that you started and you finished it. Bravo. Thank
Yes.
you for sharing the story of how it started. Now, this is the question which I also face from a lot of people. And I think you probably can give your insights. What are the challenges with people in planning their career? Where do you see that people, think that this is too much to do? Probably it's not something that they're guided with, and they probably get challenged.
I understand this is a common problem with a lot of people. Why should I plan?
Hmm.
Why my life is going more smooth? I'm in a comfort zone. So why you taking insurance? The first question. You are in a comfort zone. You are healthy, but still you believe in insurance, right?
Yes.
Health insurance or any other insurance. So career planning is insurance and foolproofing your career. So when you fail, because a lot of external factors are involved. Nothing is for a generation to work in organization. Organization is moved to a volatile dynamic. So they believe that if more than a 5 year, a continuous person works, he believes his productivity is not matching with the company's goal. They say goodbye easily. Recently, the one of the largest organizations in Dubai was said 22,000 people total say goodbye. So there was a reason for them. It doesn't fit the next 20 year, the strategy, this employees, the people are never fit. So they believe that the people are relevant for them in the next 10-year journey. By 2030, from 2020 to 2030, when the company reach, these people will be a liability for them. So they decided, say goodbye now, so they can also get another better offer. Then also get company get a better people. So they leverage the way. So a lot of people are not ready because their comfort zone, their life is moving as normal for them. It's not planned. It's normal. EMI is going, kids are studying, everything is normal. Pandemic changed everyone's life. A challenge shocked them. But people don't know why it was happening, how this is happening, but they're not planned. So certain people, I know they're planned very well. And they say that they're ready for taking an action because they prepare, they insure themselves, the career insured with this planner. Not with the planner, they plan themselves before this planner. So that's the way they made a foolproofing their career. So this will
I
give you, and if you don't have that much coaches in hand, that way career exposure, use the tool which help them.
Thank you. Having insurance is
Exactly.
equal to having a career plan. Brilliant
Exactly.
insight. Now, given that, even if I have planned really well about
Yeah.
my career, and imagine that circumstances like COVID, which is not in
Yeah.
my control, which is beyond my control, wherein I never anticipated industries would really get affected, and organizations would not be cannot afford to continue with the workforce. They are forced to downsize or make them redundant. And in such a scenario, if a person has 10 to 15 years of a flourishing career, and suddenly there's a barrier, there's a wall that is created. Okay. Now, in this scenario, how one should look at, and I believe there are a lot of things that are happening around travel, airline, and many industries have really affected and suffering. And in this scenario, what do you think one should do?
So I have a good question to ask. The 8 months of lockdown, 8 months of the work from home, what they did to fix their life, future. They're aware, like it's been not today, it's been from March onwards it started, April lockdown planned. And there is a lot of what you've done for this lockdown period. Are you sitting in a comfort zone or you are moved to a learning zone? If you're sitting in a comfort zone, I'm sorry, because nobody can help them. So the people are understand, okay, there is something they utilize how many times Netflix doesn't matter, how much learning you made, how much new technology you learned, how much new technology. Anybody know? Is their job is a automation or robotic proof? I will. How many people and the current job a robotic and automation artificial intelligence proof? So
I
yeah. So
sorry.
there is a research source in 2020-30, from 20 to 2030, the job was going to come. It was not yet discovered now. It's going to discover in 2025 maybe. And 2020, that the toppest jobs are available. AI engineer, data scientist. You never know in 2010 that jobs. There is an argument reality expert. There is a new job is going to come. The human machine integration manager. They're called the integrating human experience and machine experience together. He's going to be a collaborator between human and machine. The integration manager, there's a role already there. So people started to study for that. How you integrate human. So are you ready for a future? Your plan actually make you ready for 2030 or 2010. So you are how to be ready. If you don't have any plan, God bless them.
Thank you.
Even not with anyone, you should know what going to be there. There is a say, what going to happen tomorrow, nobody know, only in God's permit. I'm a believer, so I have to believe in God, so God knows. But you should have a plan. You remember one of the old stories said, the CEO, CFO asked, why should we train the employee? And he left the organization after. Then CEO say, if you didn't train, he say, stay with us.
I
So
heard
think
this.
perspective has changed. So, but nobody think that. They want to get a trained people, everyone.
So basically, your suggestion is one has to do research, ongoing learning, upgrading skills,
Yes,
so that he's in the market, he's continuously learning about not just the next 1 year or 2 years, but next 10 years.
exactly. There is no guarantee you live, but you make sure as long as, but you live without planning. What is happened? Your life is miserable, right?
Hmm.
A lot of people
So,
used to say, why should I plan? I don't know what happened tomorrow or next year. Then you didn't plan, and tomorrow you're still alive in current in the same trouble.
yes, so that's why my favorite proverb as well is that if you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I
Yes.
think you are giving a lot of reference to to whatever that you said so far. Thank you. Now, since you come from the IT industry,
Yes.
you love technology, and you mentioned certain roles that are evolving or yet to come,
Yes.
which I also had never heard of. But IT is a very vast industry, from hardware
Yes.
to software to web design, and I think it goes to a lot of things.
Yes.
Evolved into e-commerce and many things, many different names and everything. So within this IT domain,
Yeah.
what are the jobs, what are the roles, professions that you think are likely to be in demand as you see in the coming years?
If you want to talk about IT jobs, I can give a reference of 10 jobs immediately.
Hmm.
There is a data scientist, digital marketing guy. But digital marketing wrongly pronounced, wrongly taken by people. Digital marketing is very closely connected to data science, but everything is connected to data. A
Yes.
big data scientist, then big data engineer, then robotics engineer, then RPA, robotic process automation engineer. Robotic engineers talk about robotic toward the machine and mechanical engineer can move. Robotic process engineer, automation engineers who are actually creating a process, how to run a human experience to make. You remember old days, you get in a procurement order. The procurement guy was replaced in Ariba procurement systems. It was started to replace robotic process because I want a pen or I want a car. I put in my system. System will get a best quote from every vendor. Then system will decide who was best experience, the vendor scorecard, then decide okay whom to buy. System know it. So the one of the area which going there, robotic process engineer is one of the big demand. There is a UI path. There is a lot of tools which are there. Expertise you can be. any job, any administrative job replacing. HR job is get started replacing.
Agree.
Then it come about a digital space, digital marketing, digital advertising, digital scientist. There's something called digital scientist who talk about social media, data analysis, and taking a behavior analyst, customer behavior analyst. Initially, I thought that data scientist is a guy who would come from a PhD. No, it's actually come who know well the data. Any data he manipulate, he mine the data, he create a right, a valuable information out of data. No, to become a scientist, no need a PhD, but you have to know the job. So these are the IT jobs. Then something come a job related to IT, that robotic engineers started to come, the drone engineers started to come. Because there is drone transport is the next area, it's close to IT. So new jobs are getting created. So these are the IT jobs.
Lovely. I think this will surely benefit a lot of them who are listening. We are also live on YouTube. So people who have missed the session, people who are your friends, family, who you think this session can benefit, please share the YouTube link. It's on Empowerment Talks, and also follow and subscribe Empowerment Talks. So I have one more question, and then I have many questions which are asked by the audience, which we will take it up. So you mentioned in your slides that a reference of a role model.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in your personal experience, when did you feel a need to have a role model or a mentor?
From 2007, I moved to Qatar. I never had these plans. I want to achieve something. I just want to achieve. That's all. I never looked. But 2007, I moved to Qatar. I met my role model is my hiring manager. He was hired me by over phone because he asked one question to answer. I gave an answer. So I've been on road with them. It's journey with him. Then I used to, he used to always tell me, he give him, you want to achieve, then find what he do. If you don't know what he do, how you know how can you do things what he can do now? So you have to know the pain, you know the pressure he handle, the wisdom he have, the skill he have to do the job. So there are a lot of people who say, I want to become a manager. So I asked him, how many managers you know? Did you ask them how the management style works? What management style you want to adopt? So exactly what kind of manager you want, what kind of person you want to become. So that is a create a role model. And always the story the Lamborghini story comes from that. So role model give the experience and wisdom to become that level.
Nice one. I like the reference to the Lamborghini. Interesting. See, I talk to people on a daily basis, and I'm sure you would also have come across many people wherein they hesitant to reach out or ask for guidance or help. What is your suggestion for those who think that they can do it by themselves, but they go into a mode of struggle, and then they later realize, and by the time they would have learned, but they would have also wasted a lot of time.
It happened many times with my friends. So I learned first, then I try to preach. So okay, I know this is not the right way. Then I try to practice to people. Hey, listen, don't go that way. That is the toughest road. You have a shortcut, but people have an experience. But you have to be a smart. You remember the hard work story is gone. Now smart work story comes. Are you a smart worker? You are in the game. So to become a smart worker, how fast you solve the problem, not from yourself. You use the collaboration model, you use the convincing model, influencing model, you get the problem solved the smart way. Become a smart instead of a hard worker. Then your problem gets solved faster, you get appreciated faster, and you make your marketing done very well with that. I've been experienced people. I tell, hey, listen, this is not the right approach you to go, and take the approach back. No. Then I initially I used to give up. Then I say I influence model. I go to his manager, say that he was not doing right way, instruct him, get things smart way. Because ultimately I'm a project manager, I have to get delivered. Engineer, he was trying to figuring out things. One, no, make it done smart way. Then I teach them.
Good. Do you have how many role models you have? One or too many or just one?
I have a 5 role model currently set for me.
Amazing.
One for coaching, one for community service, one for my career, one for my family living, one for my friends network.
I really like to ask this to the audience. How many role models do you have right now as I speak? 5 role models for each of
Role
the
you can play
role
in
that you
life.
do. Unbelievable. Thank you for sharing that. So that's a great insight. Okay, and now I have few questions from the audience. We've
Yes.
been having There've been such great, lovely audience asking some very creative and smart questions, and I would like to thank them now only before I ask the questions. Dr. Nabida Daud has asked, sometimes the why, how, and what might be known, but how do you keep up the motivation to keep through the journey?
Yes, I love that question. So you have to reward yourself. The motivation comes with the reward, right? So what was the achievement? So one of my reward to publishing my book, this book to publish, I had a reward to buy a laptop, a Surface book. That was my reward for me. Each and every point, a milestone I achieve, I reward with that. Sometime with an ice cream, somewhere with a lunch with family, somewhere with a hangout with friends, sometimes it's a charity. So when you set a reward, you remember the smart planning. You do a goal setting with the smart. Nowadays is smarter. Smarter means evaluation and reward. So everything ought to be a goal when you set it, become a smarter. Instead of smarter. Evaluation and the reward to be added. So here you start reward yourself. So you make sure your why you keep intact.
Super. I hope that helps the audience. Uh, Arifa has asked a question similar to the one which I asked earlier. Even if you plan, things always change, or life sometimes can throw you a curveball. How do you change your mindset in order to have a successful career? She's
I will.
referring to mindset. I think that's a brilliant one.
Don't that if you're concerned on stick on you can't stick on a plan. There is a more alphabet on your English. You put a plan B.
So
You
if plan A fails, then we see plan B.
yes, you create a new plan with a plan B. But
Hmm.
ultimate plan B have to be there and you have to be achieve that.
Yes. Now, from my experience as well, if somebody is conditioned over a period of time, let's say 15 years, 20 years, and I am thinking in a certain direction, I have certain beliefs, system within me, and how would that change uh, within days? What is your recommendation? How one can shift that mindset to the growth mindset? Probably he has a fixed mindset or limited mindset, and changing immediate. Somebody asks, okay, you got to start learning, you got to, and the person would be uncomfortable.
Yes.
In this case, probably this is the question which Arifa probably is intending to ask.
The mind change come with the habits. Do you ever know about habit in a KISS management, KISS model? You kiss
keep
your habit.
keep it simple and
So some habit you have to keep, some habit you have to stop, some habit you have to continue, some habit you have to improve it.
so I have to keep kissing.
Yes, it's your habit. So sometimes you have to keep it that habit as it is. But if you have a problem with the habit, you improve, stop it. You
Good
stop
one.
every habit you play with the reward. And
So,
everything work very nice. I forgot to tell you, everything work very nice with an accountability partner. So life is actually a better if you are an accountability partner with you, as your better half, your wife or husband, or your friend, your brother, or a mentor who can be an accountable partner for you, or a coach, a accountability partner coach can help.
that's a good one. So, some people don't like to be asked questions or follow up. In this scenario, having accountability partner might clash their ego. That's what
Yes,
I've seen in many people. So, in this scenario, do you think they can still
digital
continue?
accountability partner.
Okay. And when you say digital, there are many things that people are doing. In simple ways, are there any tools that you are using which you could recommend?
I use a Kanban board to my the Kaizen chart. What I'm want to start, what I'm doing, what I hold, what I completed. A Kanban board I do, a very well managed. A tool I use it. You can do in Excel file. You can do a task manager. There are a lot of way you can do yourself. So what
Okay.
happens if you are a lazy, if you are egoistic, that's person beliefs. But if there is a tool, Siri can help you get. If you want a digital assistant, Siri can help. The Cortana can help. The Bixby can help to create a commitment.
Hmm. Great one. Kanban. Okay.
Kanban too. Yes.
Another question, Rajit, from Johnson Pinto. He says there are many moving elements in the career plan of an individual. Most of them are beyond one's control and time consuming. How to
Yes.
refocus when your plan fails for reasons beyond your actual control?
What is in actual control is your strength, your skill, your weakness.
Hmm.
When you set a goal, plan, surrounding that control, nobody can, nothing can manage, nothing make a problem for you. If you are done, if you beyond your control, you set a goal beyond your control, beyond your reach, you're never going to reach. So a plan, it's a continuous. You start plan A, once you finish, you start plan B. You keep planning and keep evolving.
It's a good insight. I think we gave a reference earlier as well. We have to keep continuously innovating ourselves
Yes,
and be creative thinkers to kind of look at this competitive world right now that we live in, and also not only competitive but also challenging.
yes,
So, as you said, it is not the survival of the fittest, but the survival of the
smartest.
smartest. Another question from Kirtiraj.
Yeah.
Is COVID-19 a good time for career or job switch considering high risks involved?
If they are not in a risk of losing job, this is not a year for them. But this is a
Hmm.
year for them to learn, prepare for a 2021, prepare for a better move. It doesn't matter you move now or tomorrow. You can move next year also, but you ready to grab all the insights, information, skill, and mindset for next year. Then you prepare a bigger move. If you're not in a fear, a trouble zone, you keep it hold for a year.
Good one.
But if you have an opportunity, a better organization, better growth, you can take a risk. But risk is at your own risk.
You should
If
have
you
the
are,
appetite to take that risk.
yes,
But I also have this thought. I mean, taking risk, looking at the realistic parameters. Again, whatever Rajida shared, uh, if you plan your career smartly, identify your SWOT, I think you will get to know your own answers. So I think then you can mitigate that risk.
yes,
I'm just going through the chat box. There are a lot of people putting comments and chats. Thank you so much, everybody, for this engaging conversations and your questions. I am learning a lot with these questions right now as I speak, and thank you, Rajit, for responding to them with so much candidness and through your experience. Here is Swati Panwar. asking, how safe is it to make a career profile change in this COVID time? Again, I think it's a similar question to the previous question, but considering there is no risk, but how I can change my career profile?
Are you ready for the profile change? Like if you're a salesman who moved to an operation side, you're operation person who moved to sales side. If you are in a currently the when I talk to people, the lot of career transition happened from airline crew, not only from UAE, around the globe. They are moving to a different kind of industry. They can move to hospitality, they can do a business relationship management. So they move on that transition. Lot of people who are in a fashion retail industry, they move to another areas because they try to move a shift happen because you have to prepare for the shift. If you're not prepared for your shift, a right clear where you want to go, you will be failed. So prepare yourself with a skill set, tool with the right tool set with your knowledge and your right mindset. Then nothing going to fail you.
Thank you. I think I'll take the last question before I invite for vote of thanks. Dear Rajit, this is the question from Michael Pinto.
Yeah.
Do you think this pandemic has made it essential to acquire many more varied skills for better acceptance in the corporate world than we would normally do otherwise? Any suggestions for upskilling an HR admin career?
The first part I can give answer. Second part, Evil, you are the right person to answer. First part, they made a essential. People are they never be people friendly. People are never be a remote working, offline working people. They were forced to do a work from home. They're forced to do a remote job. So I'm a very social person. I want to see people because I create a decision and influence people by seeing and interacting, understand their mindset. Then I try to give a different perspective of the solution. So I was trained to move to a digital world. It was difficult, but I accepted immediately because I don't have a choice. So I want to see people. So now I'm hearing voice. I try to convince. I do put a different visualization model. Yes, the people are forced to learn better communication skill nowadays because you're not seeing. So you're expressing by better communication. So people are forced to do a better presentation skill. They don't have a choice because they have to prove they are working well, so they have to present well. They move a better a remote patient management, patient skills, like how to stress management. They done very well.
Excellent.
And
Okay.
HR part you can answer very well.
Yes, Michael, I think we should take this offline. I can guide you on this with the interest of time. Definitely, we can help you. But uh, in simple, what I can tell you is look at the top trends that are in demand within the scope of HR and admin career. Go to courses on Udemy, Coursera. You will identify which are the top trending courses uh, for people with this kind of experience, and then you will notice there are the gaps in skills which are in demand, and that's the reason people are taking those courses. I think that's a smart way to analyze or probably do a research on where you should upskill so that you can advance your career. People are taking up CIPD, SHRM, and many online courses that are available, the short term and certifications. I think that would help, Michael. Okay, with this, I would conclude the Q&A. And now I would like to ask you, Rajit, how was your experience being part of Empowerment Talks and Dubai Jobs Hunt?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I want to always answer. I want to. I like this community. I'm part of very early. It's been almost 1.5 years, close to two. I think 2 years after. I think 11th or 22nd event I started to join. So I used to attend couple of remote sessions, social media live part. I'm attending a part of it. So always I see the people are come engaged, adding value as a volunteer. Then upskilling themselves. I seen the couple of people transformation, couple of people evolvement, and from there they adding value. So definitely this is one of the right platform. People to engage, adding value, delivering a better. So when you take value, but you have to add value also. There is nothing free in the world. If you get something free, you have to give it free to someone else also. So I recommend be part of a community, continue. When you have a knowledge, you share, you have some opportunities, share to the team, so someone get benefit. So the blessing will come back in a different way. I am one of the a person who experienced the believing system and blessings. So I that is the reason every year I set a goal for me, adding value to 100 people in a year.
Wow. Wow. And I happened to speak to you on the day it was your birthday,
Yes.
and I would like you to share that side of your day. How do you conduct yourself with preparing your goal plan? Probably you can take a minute and share
Yes.
that with the audience.
So January 1st is not the day I set a goal. I set a goal for October 12th. That's my birthday. So I set a goal for my this year, this age, what I want to do, because nothing to do with the year, even age, right? Everything. I'm getting old. So what impact I'm going to create, what value I'm going to add, what benefit I'm going to get, and what something I got for my family. So all the five aspects, I make sure I covered all the five aspects. Career as a professional life, coaching as a passion, community service, a family, and friend circle. So all the five aspects, I make sure I covered goals, and I published the goals to my family. But this time it was 2 3 days. I'm delaying. I'm publishing back today to family. So what I'm going to achieve, what reward I'm going to give to my family. So I will be celebrating for next year. Okay, we'll go somewhere in a holiday for celebrate. We'll add something. We buy something. We make sure. So they will also be accountable indirectly to me. So I say, hey, dad, where you reach your next book? What you going to do it? So when you going to publish it? So they know that they also get rewarded. So accountability partner comes by default from the family also. So
Excellent.
the date 11th of October, I do a review on my last year mindset and goals with family. So or my mentor. So what I achieved, where I reached, and what is the lesson I learned, what I want to improve next year.
Thank
So
you
I
so
want to
much.
recommend everyone to do that in their life.
Yes, yes, indeed. I think everybody should do it, not wait for the New Year resolutions, but I think you should take the day when you're born and then how you can make a difference, just the way Rajit is making. Thank you so much for